I don't know how fake feel, nigga. Cause all my life I've been a real nigga.
What's good with y'all? It's Face the Real. Y'all know what it is, and it may sound like it, but there's no malice in my intent. That's real. Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. I wasn't really sure if I was going to make a video about this since it's a super negative and tragic topic, but Akira did impact my life enough to warrant it. The man was a genius. Without him, I seriously doubt anime would be as mainstream as it is. I'm aware of his other contributions he made in Dragon Quest and other animes, and while great in their own right, didn't impact me and my life the way that Dragon Ball did. I first saw Dragon Ball Z at night on my grandparents' satellite TV, and I was instantly hooked. I didn't see the beginning of the episode, but when I flipped to the channel, I literally saw Tien get his arm chopped off and yell in pain. Yes, that was my introduction to anime and Dragon Ball at the ripe age of either 7 or 8 years old. I remember watching it every chance I could and begging my grandparents and mother for Dragon Ball themed stuff. It slowly started to creep into my school, and this is one way it impacted my life. When I was younger, I had a hard time making friends. It was kind of a bully in retrospect since I was bigger than everybody at the time. I started bullying kids since they didn't want to play with me, which upset me, and I took my anger, aggression, and mischief out on them. It also did not help that I happened to be the only black kid in my grade at the time, so it made me feel singled out even more. It also did not help that the work was incredibly easy for me at the time, and they wanted me to skip multiple grades. But one day, I heard some kids talking about Goku going Super Saiyan on Namek on the playground. They were basically in awe at how angry and golden Goku was all of a sudden, and one of the kids was sad that Krillin died. I expressed how I was sad too that Krillin died, and they looked over at me and smiled nervously. I expressed how I didn't know they liked it and smiled with all my teeth, and from that point on I made a couple of friends for the first time, Eric and Travis. From that point on, the anime swept my grade, and my reputation went from an angry bully to a kind guy that was aggressively playful. When middle school came around, we would all be in the computer lab playing flash games on the computer at Toonami.com. The Dragon Ball ones were always the most popular ones, and my personal favorites. So, without Dragon Ball, I would have went even longer without making friends, and have a miserable time as an elementary school kid. Dragon Ball Z, however, opened up the doors for me to make friends. It gave me something to click with my classmates, and I stopped being angry all the time. So, for that, Toriyama, I truly thank you and may you rest in peace. The biggest reason why Dragon Ball means so much to me is that my late grandfather used to watch the series with me. His favorite character was always Piccolo, while mine was Gohan at first, but when Vegeta killed Android 19, he became my favorite character. My grandpa got to see a lot of Dragon Ball, but he admittedly was falling asleep during some of it. He was really into Dragon Ball Z, and he saw every episode from the Saiyan Saga all the way up to when Majin Vegeta blew himself up. He never got to see the end of the series since he passed in May 2002, and Funimation did not finish translating the Buu saga until winter 2002 or early 2003. Either way, my grandpa never got to see Super Buu or Kid Buu. He never even got to see Super Saiyan 3 or any of the fusions. So, in his honor, I collected every Dragon Ball episode and movie I could find until I ended up owning the entire series. It was my way of paying homage to my father figure, and there are certain episodes that make me think of him. The last episode he saw was the filler episode in the Saiyan Saga called Trouble on Arlia. For the OG fans, we know that once Toonami aired the latest episodes that were translated, they would restart the series. That episode, Trouble on Arlia, was the last episode he saw before he went to the hospital and passed away a week later. The episode is hard for me to watch to this day, and I kind of avoid it honestly. My grandpa taught me nearly everything I knew and know, from my earliest memories to the age of 13, including how to read all the way down to how to treat people in private and in public. He was a great man, and thanks to Dragon Ball, it is another way I can remember him for. We did nearly everything together, but watching Toonami with him sticks out since he had more questions and input about the show than I did. Man, rest in peace, Granddad. And Akira Toriyama, rest in peace. And thank you for your contributions to the world of entertainment. Akira Toriyama was a genius since he was able to do what the vast majority couldn't do, and that's create a series that is a global phenomenon of all ages and across many generations. There are little kids running around trying to shoot a Kamehameha or go Super Saiyan. There are teenagers that clamor for more Dragon Ball related info following every update and spreading the news. There are adults that grew up on the show, And even if they have not seen the show in ages, they still remember the plot and the characters. Heck, there are elders that never seen an episode and know who Goku is by name and by character design. And this appeal is global because the anime has been translated in more languages I could ever name, and Dragon Ball related stuff always sells well across every region. Not only that, but Akira had an art style that was so distinct that people that were privy to art recognized his work in other forms of media. He was a staple entertainment, and nobody could ever deny that. He will be missed. Well, that's about all I have to say about the late Akira Toriyama. Are you familiar with Dragon Ball? If so, how long have you been aware of it? Do you still enjoy it to this day? Has any of Akira's other work grabbed you and make you appreciate his talent even more? I'm curious to hear what everyone has to say. I usually don't speak on famous people's deaths, but this hit close to home. Thanks to everybody that stayed and seen the whole video. I would appreciate it if you dropped a like, share this video to your peers, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Much love, everybody. Face signing out. Oh, and once again, rest in peace, Akira Toriyama.